10 years ago, deaths due to cardiac arrest were an especially serious problem in the casinos. The emergency crews could not get through. Finally, the casinos created their own specially trained defibrillation teams. One surveillance video shows why such special training was necessary. In the video, as a squad from the casino defibrillates the heart arrest of a fellow player, the surrounding players play on, their trance unperturbed, even though the victim is literally at their feet. Akerlof and Schiller. This is a relevant case of manipulating the human psyche, driven for the most part by financial greed. In this video, I share a few insights from George Akerlof and Robert Schiller's book, Fishing for Fools: The Economics of Manipulation and Deception. With the right tactics employed, we are easily suggestible, to put it so gently. Our evolution enabled us to react unconsciously to stimuli from the environment and from the others around us. Clicking the right buttons allows other entities to control your behavior, as they exploit innate human psychological flaws and biases, without your knowledge, of course. And you can fill in with your desired agent here, be it the media, big pharma, the food industry, the supplements industry, your diet guru, your friends, the government, extraterrestrials, and so on. Social psychologist / marketer Robert Cialdini has written a book full of impressive evidence of psychological biases. According to his list, we are fishable because we want to reciprocate gifts and favors, because we want to be nice to people we like, because we do not want to disobey authority, because we tend to follow others in deciding how to behave, because we want our decisions to be internally consistent, and because we are adverse to taking losses. End of quote. Now, to scare you even further, this list is by all means a short list. There are so many ways to take advantage of your gullible nature. Let's look into a quick example. Most customers go to the showroom with an ideal car in mind. They have been primed by the commercials. It's got the four-wheel drive, the backup camera, this gizmodo, that gizmodo. When the customer discovers that this fully gizmodoed car sells for $10,000 in excess of the model's manufacturer's suggested retail price, the salesman's job is to push back against the customer's reluctance. You just have to sell them on the benefit of those things anyway, and turn a blind eye to the high probability that they won't need these things later on. End of quote. Now, you can safely replace showroom with any other place you find yourself within a given day, and you can replace car with any other product or service that you buy, or to put it more directly, that you are being successfully sold into. And another much more complicated example, which involves multiple agencies with different levels of power. Like publishing houses bringing out a best-selling book, the pharmaceuticals carefully orchestrate the rollout of a blockbuster drug. The principal audience for the rollout are the doctors, who are the intermediaries between patient and pill. In turn, scientific articles in refereed medical journals are a critical link between doctor and prescription. End of quote. Thus, drug companies carefully select authors who will be receiving data from their experiments. The selectees are given easy access to the randomized controlled trials required by the FDA. They are also typically given editorial support, less graciously known as ghostwriting, for the article. It is thus no coincidence that a higher fraction of journal articles sponsored by pharmaceutical companies are favorable to the drugs reviewed than articles funded by other sources. End of quote. Big Pharma is only one of the many examples of entities to engage in such practices. I'd safely say that this happens within the food industry, including all types of diets, as each has their own market, within the supplements industry, with book selling, and with basically everything under the sun. So this is kind of a game of everyone else against you, which is why I want to end this video in a practical and potentially positive note. Our nature makes us vulnerable to exploitation by others. You can blame one or more of these agents all day long, and by the end of the day, you'll probably be the one that's losing the most. Throwing the blame is not the way to go. Instead, learn about your innate flaws, and to be more specific, to prevent being fished for fool, educate yourself with respect to cognitive biases, critical thinking, and human irrationality. It will take time, yes, and thanks to the internet, you have all the resources available, so you have no excuse. Do this or you can keep playing the victim card. You get to choose. Thank you for watching.